Hello everyone. Today we will see the topic of grants, the parliament grants to the government. Before discussing about the type of grants, let's see very basic things which are important to be understood. We all know that government is an executive organ, right? And the parliament is the legislative organ, which consists of both opposition as well as the government. So parliament is like everyone who are elected in on behalf of the government. Oh, sorry, on behalf of the people. So this is a very simple thing. Everyone knows that. So here there are two main things where Parliament give permission to the government to spend money. One is finance bill and second one is appropriation bill. So the two difference are very important to understand. First one, appropriation bill is the permission to take money by the government from the parliament. It is just to take the money. It is not for allocation for different ministries. It is just that we want to take 100 crore rupee from the consolidated fund of India. So that is a permission. Appropriation bill is a permission to take the money, right? For example, you can take as you are a child of a parent. So appropriation bill is like taking some thousand rupees from your father, right? So that is the appropriation bill where you are just taking permission to take money. And in case of finance bill, it is allocation of resources that you have taken. For example, you have taken 100 crores. The government has taken 100 crores from the parliament. To which ministries they are allocating? Are you allocating 100 crores to defense, or say for example 10 crores to defense, 10 crores to home ministry, 10 crores to some ministry of environment? So it is an allocation of funds. Finance bill is a very detailed explanation where they are spending this money. So that is a finance bill. The same example of you are taking money from your father. After taking 1,000 rupees in form of appropriation bill, you will allocate 100 rupees to your studies, 100 rupees for your recreation, 100 rupees for your hostel. So you will tell to your father that I'm spending this 1,000 rupees here and here, right? So that is the finance bill, right? So this thin difference between appropriation bill and finance bill is very important to understand, right? Now, the grants are the additional permissions. The two main permissions that we have discussed is finance bill and appropriation bill. Beyond this, the government also need to take permission for taking some other money as well. So these are called as grants. The additional permissions beyond budgetary allocation, what government take permission from the parliament is called as the grants, right? So among these grants, there are few differences. There are different types of grants that is very important to understand. Let's take an example and then we will understand them clearly, right? So first one is supplementary grant. Supplementary grant means an additional. So supplementation means in addition to, beyond that. For example, the government has allocated 40,000 crore for Manrega, but the demand has increased because of the drought conditions or maybe whatever the external factors. Government want to spend 60,000 crores in the financial year starts from April 1 till March 31 of the next year, right? So within that year, if there is any additional amount, extra amount than what allocated in that budget, so that permission is called supplementary grant, right? So this is an in addition to already allocated resources, as we have discussed the example of Manrega, right? And the next grant is about the additional grant. So additional grant means, so here there is a one thin difference you need to understand. Here, let's take example and then we will come up with the explanation. Here, for example, in railways, government has already allocated for certain services like carrying of the goods or the AC coaches, whatever maybe. There is already some services which has been planned in the budget. But now a new service has come into the picture. For example, Vande Bharat trains has been introduced. So government want a new fund because they have planned for certain other services, but the new service has emerged in this financial year because of some other government intention to increase the investments or whatever may be, right? So a new service which was not mentioned in the existing budget. So if government want to take funds, that is called as the additional grant. So it is for the new service which was not mentioned in the budget, right? So that is called as the additional grant. Now comes the excess grant. So excess grant is a grant where government has gone beyond the budgetary allocation. For example, government has planned for Manrega, let's take example of Manrega itself. So here 40,000 crore was planned, but without taking permission from the parliament, they have already spent more than that. So 50,000 crore they have spent in the within that financial year. But the planned one is only 40,000 crore. So 10,000 they have done expenditure beyond what I have planned. So it has been already done. So to inform the parliament that we have taken some extra money because of various reasons. So we are informing you that we have already done expenditure excess than what we have planned, right? So that is called as the excess grant, which was already done. And as this was already, spent money, so they have to first inform Public Accounts Committee before taking the excess grant. They have to inform the Public Accounts Committee. Then only they will, take the grant from the Parliament. So this is also very important to be remembered. Next one is vote of credit. Next type of grant is vote of credit. So here there is a stress on government resources. Take example of COVID. It was an unplanned one, right? So it was an unplanned one. As this required an additional resources, it is putting burden on additional resources on Indian exchequer. So this is a vote on credit where we are, government is saying parliament that we got an emergency situation, so we need a blank check. It is like a blank check. There is no money mentioned there. We just need money from the parliament, so we are spending. So vote on credit is like a vote of credit is like a blank check, which we have seen an unforeseen condition like COVID, right? So that is called as the vote of credit. Now the last grant is the token grant. So token grant means reappropriation. For example, they have planned for Ministry of Education 100 crores, Ministry of Defense 200 crore, Ministry of Science and Technology 300 crore. Now they want to reappropriate, reallocate the funds that was taken 200 crore for defense. They want to reallocate it to the Ministry of Education. So the 200 crores that has planned has been reduced to 100 crore, and the 100 crore was spent on or allocated to the Ministry of Education. So within that financial year, if government want to reallocate the funds that has already been planned, but it is not excess money taking from consolidated fund of India, it was already taken permission, just that they are informing that we are shifting certain resources from one source to other source. So that is the aim of the vote of sorry this one for the exam. So we have seen what is appropriation bill, then what is finance bill. The difference between the two you need to understand. Then you have to understand supplementary grant, right? Additional grant, excess grant, vote of credit, and finally you also need to remember the token grant where reallocation takes place, right? So these are the types of grants which are important for our exam. So try to remember them, try to understand them. You can see. I mean, there was a lot of times asked in the exam, right? So this is of the types of grant. Thank you. Keep subscribing and keep liking our videos. So we'll come up with more such initiatives based on your encouragement. So this is always helps us to move ahead and also will help you as much as possible we can. Thanks a lot.